She said she saved over $1 million, and you have the audacity not to believe her. Wow. Hi, I'm Sakile Mahlangu, the author of You're Not Broke, You're Uninformed, a finance book created to help young South Africans understand the South African financial system and completely transform the way they think about, manage, and grow their money. And that's exactly why this podcast actually exists. So whether you're sitting back with a warm cup of coffee, cooking dinner, or simply just cleaning the house or unwinding after a long day, I am so glad you're here. Watching the Sandton skyline with me does not look so beautiful and so inspirational. And we're chilling. We are just listening to some lo-fi jazz in the background to really absorb this information in a very clear and calm way. I'm glad you're here. This is your space. No jargon, no judgment, no one making you feel like you should already know this stuff. Just honest, practical conversations about money built especially for us. So get comfortable. Let's get into it. So, Munaka. Where do we even start? Oh my gosh. So, if you're South African and you're on TikTok, you know Munaka, your TikTok bestie. She is now affiliated with YFM as well, so congrats to her. She has close to 5,000 followers, 500,000 followers, 32 million likes, and she's one of us. She's a digital and media personality. She's doing reality TV. She's starting her podcast. She was on another podcast before that called Piano Pulse, and before Piano Pulse she was on Up Close. The girl is building something so real, and she's becoming so freaking successful, you guys. And recently a video of her started going around where she spoke about her finances, and what she said was she saved over R1 million. Over R1 million sitting in her account. And she said that during the whole Alabuga situation, a lot of South African influencers were caught up in that Russia campaign controversy. She lost a lot of brand deals. Over 5 months, the campaigns dried up and income stopped. The opportunities disappeared, but she was protected. Now let that sink in. She lost 5 months worth of campaigns, you guys, and from what we've seen, she probably gets like 3 a month, maybe even more. But she was fine because she had saved over R1 million. She had planned for a version of her future that she didn't even know was coming, and when that arrived, she didn't crumble. Now I want to get to the lesson. I really do, but first we have to talk about what happened in the comments. What the hell? Because the comments tell us everything. The comments went wild, you guys. Not in a yes sis, we love to see it kind of way. The reaction was, no way. There's no way she makes that much money. You saved R1 million? Where? How? That's impossible. And I need to sit with this for a second, because this is not just a Monaka problem. I went through the exact same thing when I made a video about Cyan Bougie. You remember that one? I'm assuming it from my TikTok, so you saw that one because it blew up. I did the math. I looked at her following. She has over 1 million followers on Instagram alone, and compared what I know about influencer rates in this market and said, this woman is likely pulling in serious money every single month. And the comments on my video were exactly the same. No way, she doesn't make that much. She's probably fronting. Someone is sponsoring her lifestyle. There must be a man behind it. Blah, 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 blah. And here's where I need to pause and be honest about something. When people, especially Black women, talk about money, saving, success, financial independence, there's always someone waiting to tear it down, to find an alternative explanation, to say it must be a lie, or it must be a man, or it must be something other than her own work and her own discipline. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is called misogyny. I'm gonna name it because it is. And even if some of the funds were made from her dating prospects. So what? She had the discipline to save that. She had the discipline to build something bigger with that. But here's what I want to focus on today, right? Because I don't want to spend the whole episode on that. The deeper thing the comments revealed is whatever limit you place on another person's success is a direct reflection of your own. So if you look at Munaka and say there's no way she saved $1 million, what you're actually saying is I can't imagine that for myself. You are projecting your own ceiling onto her story, and that ceiling was not built by your ability but by your exposure, by what you were taught to believe was possible. And this is why financial education matters so much to me. Not just the numbers, but the mindset. Because if you've never seen someone that looks like you build real wealth from a regular income, from content creation, from their own hustle, you will think it's impossible, and you will call other people liars when they show you that it's actually not. Now, let me show you that Munaka's numbers are not just possible, they are realistic. Because I hate when people say things can't happen without actually running the numbers and doing the math. So I'm going to use myself as a starting point, right? Because it's the number that I know best. So I have 80,000 followers. I think it's about 84,000 now on TikTok. And I get paid anywhere between 7,500 to 16,000 per campaign. That's my rate. That's real. I'm telling you this so that what comes next doesn't actually scare you. I want it to make sense. Now, Tato Rampedi, a well-known South African YouTuber and content creator, founder of Rampedi Media, has shared publicly that he received 100,000 Rand brand deal from one campaign. He has around 125,000 followers on TikTok, about the same on Instagram, and close to 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. His total audience across platforms is roughly 450k people. Now look at Munaka. On TikTok alone, she has nearly 500,000 followers and 32 million likes. She also has an Instagram following. She's now affiliated with YFM. She's been on several podcasts as the main host. She's starting her own podcast very soon with, I think, Sima, and I'm not sure who else. She has a brand visibility that goes beyond just one platform. Now, at my rate, 16,000 per campaign at 80,000 followers, okay, we are talking about 200 Rand per 1,000 followers per deal. But influencer rates don't scale linearly. The bigger you grow, the higher your rate per deal, right? So a creator at Tato's level gets 100k from a single campaign. At Munaka's level, conservatively, and I mean conservatively, she would be looking at anywhere between 80 to 150,000 per campaign. If she's landing 2 or 3 deals per month at those rates, for a creator at her level, that's not aggressive at all. 2 to 3 brand deals is not aggressive at all per month. That's roughly between 160,000 to 250,000 a month, just from brand deals. Okay, now at YFM events, her own ventures, you're talking potentially over 1 million Rand in earnings over a few months to 1 year. And Cyan Bougie, wow, she has over 1 million followers on Instagram, plus TikTok, plus a DJing career. I said in my video that she's probably pulling over 400k a month. And based on these numbers, that is not far-fetched. That is just simple math, you guys. So the question was never, is Monaka lying? The question should have been, why didn't I not know that this was possible? And the answer to that question is the lack of financial education. Let's talk about what Munaka actually did, because this is the part that matters most. She said she's known for a while that this influencer life won't last forever. She knows it. She said it out loud. And because she knows it, she didn't just live for now. She built something for the future version of herself that would need it later. She didn't know the Alabuga situation was coming. She didn't know that 5 months of her career would suddenly be impacted by a controversy that wasn't even entirely in her control. But she had prepared for something, for some version of disruption, for some kind of financial emergency that she couldn't predict. And when it came, she was okay. I keep thinking about how different that story could have been. And I don't say that to scare anyone. I say it because I want you to feel that weight of what saving actually does. It buys you time. It buys you peace. It means that when life hits, and it will hit, it always does, you don't have to make a desperate decision to survive. You can go on about it. You can think. You can strategize because you have that savings cushion there for you. And this is the phrase that I want to leave with you today. A failure to plan is a plan to fail. Write it down, put it on your wall, put it on your lock screen, because it is the most honest thing that I can say about money. Monaka had a plan. She lived below her means, and because she did that, because she didn't spend every single rand that she earned just because she earned it, she was able to look at 5 months of reduced income and not fall apart. Now, I know someone is listening to this and thinking, but Sakile, we see Monaka traveling, living her life. She doesn't look like someone who's holding back. That's exactly my point. Living below your means does not mean depriving yourself. It does not mean you can't have experiences. It doesn't mean you eat plain pap every day and never leave your house. It means you know exactly how much you make, you know what you spend, and intentionally you make sure that your spending never swallows everything you earn. Plus, Umalaka lives at home. She lives with the parents. Well, from what we've seen on TikTok anyway. We saw Munaka travel, we saw her live her life, and she still had over R1 million saved. Those two things are not in conflict. They are possible when you have a plan. And that's the thing nobody tells you about budgeting. We have been taught to hear the word budget and feel restricted, claustrophobic, like someone is taking something away from you. But a budget is not a cage. A budget is a map. When you budget, you are deciding in advance, before the money is spent, how much of it belongs to your present self and how much of it belongs to your future self. You are not saying, I can't have fun. You are saying, I want to have fun and be protected. I'm going to make sure both things happen, okay? It is not a restriction, it is freedom. People who never budget are the ones who are anxious every time they check their bank accounts, every time an unexpected bill arrives. Every month feels slightly longer than their salary. A budget doesn't cause that anxiety. The absence of one does. So you're inspired, well, at least I hope so. You've heard me talk about Munaka. You believe the numbers, you understand the concept, and now you're sitting there thinking, but how do I start? Well, let me walk you through it, okay? Simply and practically. Step 1, know your number. Before anything else, you need to know exactly what comes in and what goes out every single month. Not a vague idea, the actual number. Go through your bank statements. Look at what you spend on food, transport, subscriptions, going out, everything. You cannot manage money you have never measured. Step 2, build your budget and include joy. Once you know your number, build a budget that has 3 buckets. The first bucket is your fixed expenses. This is your rent, insurance, phone, anything that doesn't change month to month. The second bucket is your variable expenses. Food, going out, Uber Eats, shopping. Give yourself a real amount here, not an amount that will break you in the second week. And the third bucket, that's your savings and investments. Take that out first. Before anything, You need to pay yourself first. Pay yourself first, and it changes everything. Or you can simply do the 50, 30, 20 rule, which is my favorite way to budget. Some people feel like it's a little bit restrictive, but for me, it gives me so much freedom. So I know that 50% of my income goes to my expenses, like my needs, and then 20% goes to my savings and investments. I divide that by 10%, and then 30% goes to my wants. That works for me. And if you want to check that one out, it's on my book, okay? I can walk you through it. And then step 3, build your emergency fund. Now, this is your Munaka money. Your emergency fund should cover at least 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses. Not your full lifestyle, your essential expenses like your rent, your transport, your groceries, your utilities. If you lost your income tomorrow, how long would you survive without making a desperate decision? That number that just came to your mind, that is your target. Keep it in a separate account somewhere where it won't disappear into random purchases. But okay, keep it liquid but separate. Step 4, invest the rest. Once your emergency fund is solid, you start building your wealth. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Open up a tax-free savings account right now on Easy Equities, on Capitac, on FNB, on Allen Gray, on Old Mutual, Stash by Liberty. Oh, there's so many options. You can do it on your phone in 5 minutes. Invest in ETFs, which are called exchange traded funds, which are baskets of many companies bundled up into one investment. You are not picking just one stock and hoping for the best. You are spreading your money across many assets. You don't need thousands to start, guys. You can literally start with just 100 Rand. The point is not how much. The point is you start and you stay consistent. Step 5, change your goal with emotion. Now, this is the part that most finance people skip. Saving for the sake of saving is hard, but saving for something that's different. Saving so that if your income stops for 5 months like Munaka did, you are protected. That is a feeling. Saving so that someday you can leave a job without having to beg anyone for anything. That's a feeling. Find your reason. Find your why so that every time you move funds into your savings account, it feels like an empowering decision, not just a chore. And make it specific, make it personal, make it feel real enough that when you're about to spend impulsively, you close your eyes and remember why you put that money aside. Because every time you add to your savings, you are making a promise to your future self, and your future self is going to thank you in ways your present self can't even fully imagine yet. Now, Munaka saved over R1 million, and when her income dried up for 5 months, she didn't crumble, she didn't fold, she was protected. Because she had already done the work of protecting herself. And that is available to you. Not at the exact same number, not at the exact same timeline, but the principle, the mindset, the decision to plan for your future self that you can't fully predict, that is yours. You don't have to be an influencer. You don't have to have 500,000 followers. You just have to start. You just have to decide that your future deserves the money that you are spending on your present self right now. And you know that you are not going to fail because you are here, you are listening, you are learning. And that's way more than what most people ever do. Come on. Oh my gosh. I'm Sakile Kela Mahlangu. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. You're not broke, you're uninformed. For those of you who want to purchase your book and have decided that your financial future is worth fighting for, your future self is already impressed. They are already so proud of you, and so am I. The link to the book is on the description or in the description below. just click the link to my storefront and boom, your purchase will be done. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're relaxed, even though we did touch on some more complicated topics, but not really that much. But mostly, I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you on the next one. Bye!